Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. It's not fatigue, it's a lack of fire. You say you're tired, but let's be honest. You're not tired. You're uninspired. You're not exhausted from effort. You're drained from distractions. The truth is, most people don't suffer from physical fatigue. They suffer from mental weakness, disguised as tiredness. You didn't push yourself hard enough to earn that level of exhaustion. What you're feeling isn't burnout from overwork, it's boredom from underachievement. And that feeling, that weight pulling on your shoulders every morning, that's not tiredness, it's the regret of wasted time. The world doesn't slow down for those who complain. It doesn't pause for the unmotivated. It rewards the ones who move, even when they don't feel like it. Just it. So today, we're going to flip the script. We're going to crush excuses and rebuild your mindset. Because discipline, not motivation, is what separates the average from the elite. Let's get one thing straight. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fuel. Discipline gets you out of bed when your body begs for 5 more minutes. Discipline puts in reps when your mind screams, "I'm done." Discipline shows up whether it's raining, whether you're sore, or whether the world believes in you or not. The problem is, most people chase short-term comfort. They'd rather scroll than sweat. They choose Netflix over the grind, comfort food over clean meals, sleep over sacrifice, and then wonder why nothing changes. They claim they're tired, but what they really are is undisciplined. What they lack isn't energy, it's purpose. When you know your mission, when you wake up with fire in your gut, you don't hit snooze. You hit the ground running. You don't need more rest. You need more urgency. The clock is ticking, and time doesn't care how tired you are. It keeps moving. The opportunities you're sleeping on are being grabbed by someone else while you're debating whether you feel like showing up. Successful people don't wait to feel good. They act regardless. That's what this speech is about. It's not about hype. It's not about making you feel good for 30 seconds. It's about rewiring your mind to understand that self-discipline is the key to everything you want. No dream is possible without it. No greatness is earned without it. Think about this. How many times have you said, "I'm just tired," when in reality, you simply didn't want to push yourself? You've trained your mind to look for ways out instead of ways through. But discipline changes that. Discipline says, "I will show up anyway." Discipline says, "I will keep going, even when I feel nothing." Discipline says, "I don't care how I feel. I care what needs to be done." Because the world doesn't hand out success to the most talented. It hands it to the most relentless. You're not tired. You're not burnt out. You're just undisciplined. And that's a hard truth most people will never admit. Because it's easier to say, "I'm exhausted," than to say, "I don't have the self-control to stick to what I said I'd do." But deep down, you know it's not your body that's weak. It's your mind that's out of shape. And until you take control of it, life will keep slipping by. You'll keep falling short. You'll keep making excuses. This video isn't for the soft-hearted or excuse makers. This is for the ones ready to wake up, ready to dominate, and ready to stop letting comfort kill their goals. If that's you, stay locked in for every hour. Because this might be the last wake-up call you ever need. Wake up to the lie. Let's start here. Tiredness is real, but not every time you say, "I'm tired," are you actually tired. Most of the time, it's your brain begging you to stop doing what's hard. But greatness lives in the hard. Discipline starts when the motivation ends. You say you're tired, but somehow you've got the energy to scroll for 45 minutes on your phone. You say you're drained, but you binge watch shows like your life depends on it. Oh, you're not tired. You've just trained your mind to prioritize what's easy over what's necessary. This culture celebrates comfort. It preaches self-care as an excuse for laziness. It glorifies taking a break before you've even earned the right to one. But here's what they won't tell you. Discipline will take you further than energy ever could. Discipline isn't about feeling like doing it. It's about doing it anyway. It's about doing it anyway. It's about showing up when no one is watching. It's about staying late, waking up early, pushing harder than everyone else. Because you've made a promise to yourself and you refuse to break it. You think elite athletes feel like training every day? You think world-class CEOs feel motivated every morning? No. They've just made discipline non-negotiable. And if you want that level of greatness, you've got to do the same. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is energy. The price of comfort is your potential. Let's be clear. Comfort is the killer of dreams. It's sneaky. It creeps in with excuses, disguises itself as self-care, and convinces you to hit snooze one more time, delay one more workout, skip one more opportunity. And every time you give in, you sell a piece of your potential to the lowest bidder, convenience. You say you're tired, but you're not working a double shift in a coal mine. You're not carrying bricks under the sun. You're not at war. You're simply asked to show up for your goals, your health, your future. And even then, your discipline folds at the first sign of resistance. But here's the reality. The grind is supposed to hurt. Growth isn't comfortable. Winning is painful. The top 1% isn't crowded because most people choose comfort over commitment. They want the reward, but not the sacrifice. The transformation, but not the discipline. Look at anyone who made it, in fitness, in business, in life, and you'll find one thing in common. They were willing to suffer now to shine later. They didn't chase motivation. They chased results. They didn't wait until they felt good. They showed up until it felt normal. And that's what you have to do. If you want more out of life, it's not going to come from another motivational video, another inspiring quote, or another reset Monday. It's going to come from habits, relentless discipline, ruthless consistency. The world respects results, not routines. No one's clapping for your almost. Nobody's handing out medals for good intentions. Either you perform or you don't. Either you show up or you fall behind. And every day you stay comfortable, your competition gets further ahead. You're capable of so much more, but capability means nothing without action. And action
only happens when you stop making decisions based on how you feel and start making them based on what your mission demands. Forget the pain. Forget the doubt. Forget the, "I'm tired." You're tired of starting over. Stop quitting. Stop making excuses for your comfort and start building momentum through your consistency. You don't need easier. You need to be stronger. This hour was about holding up a mirror and calling out your own weakness. Not to shame you, but to wake you up. Because if you don't fight for your potential, you'll wake up one day and realize you traded it for nothing.
Discipline is the shortcut you're avoiding. Let's stop pretending. You don't have a motivation problem, you have a discipline problem. Everyone gets hyped at the start. Everyone feels excited on day 1. But where are you on day 30? Where are you when it's cold outside? When no one's watching? When it's hard? You see, discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. That's the difference between people who dream and people who do. The ones who get results don't rely on feeling inspired. They rely on systems, habits, and grit. Motivation is the match. Discipline is the firewood. You want a better body? Discipline. You want to build a business? Discipline. You want to outwork, outlast, and outperform your competition? Discipline. You don't get to skip the step. You don't get to live like a champion while training like a quitter. And you don't get to earn the reward when you haven't paid the price. And yes, it will be hard. You will be tired. You will be tempted to take shortcuts. But remember this: discipline is the shortcut. It's the fastest, most guaranteed path to results. Why? Because it works every single time you show up. Every rep you force yourself to push through. Every early morning you win. Every distraction you resist. That's a brick laid in your legacy. But most people never get there. They stay stuck in cycles, fired up, then flamed out, on track, then off again. Why? Because they confuse emotion with execution. They wait to feel ready, when readiness was never the requirement. Action is. And when you stop meeting motivation, that's when you become dangerous. Because then you're unstoppable. You're not moved by how you feel. You're moved by how far you're willing to go. Think about that for a second. If you only moved when you felt like it, you'd never move far. But when you develop the discipline to move anyway, no matter what, that's when the breakthroughs happen. That's when your life transforms. So the question isn't, how do I stay motivated? The question is, how disciplined am I willing to become? Because the results you're after don't respond to your feelings. They respond to your follow-through. This hour is a wake-up call. It's not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel real. The world rewards those who show up regardless of excuses. Not once, not twice, every single day. So stop chasing comfort. Start chasing consistency. Let go of the hype and lock in your habits. The clock's ticking. What are you doing with it? Comfort is a liar. Discipline is the truth. Let's get something straight. Comfort is not your friend. It whispers sweet lies in your ear. You deserve a break. You've done enough. You'll get to it tomorrow. But what has comfort ever given you that you're proud of? What has it built for you? Nothing. If you want something different for your life, you have to move differently. You have to think differently.
You have to live in discipline, not in desire. You can't keep living like average people and expect elite results. This isn't just a motivational line. This is a blueprint. Discipline is the one trait that separates those who talk about changing their lives and those who actually do it. You don't stumble into greatness. You earn it. One hard choice at a time. One early morning. One skipped party. One, I'll do it anyway, when everyone else quits. And here's the truth you're avoiding. You already know what to do. You're just not doing it. That's not because you don't care. It's because you haven't made discipline your default. And until you do, nothing changes. Not your mindset, not your body, not your bank account, not your destiny. People always ask, how do I stay consistent? You start by telling yourself, comfort is the enemy. Excuses are lies. And discipline is freedom. Every time you choose what's hard, you're building mental calluses. You're training your mind to obey, not complain. You think the greats got there because they were born motivated every morning? No. They showed up tired. They showed up sore. They showed up when the world didn't believe in them. And they kept showing up until the world had no choice but to respect them. You want to earn that kind of respect? Stop quitting on yourself. Stop needing external validation. Start proving to yourself, with every disciplined choice, that you're not the same person you used to be. This life is a war zone between who you are and who you could be. And the only way to win that battle is to starve your distractions and feed your grind, daily, relentlessly, and without apology. Here's your truth for this hour. You don't need motivation, you need movement. You don't need another excuse, you need execution. You don't need comfort, you need commitment. You don't need perfect conditions, you need unbreakable will. You want your future to look different, then act different. Today, this hour, right now. Because the more disciplined you become, the less you have to rely on anything else. Remember this, the future doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards discipline. You don't need motivation. You need a mission. Let's wrap this up with the truth that most people will never hear, let alone accept. Your breakthrough doesn't come from feeling good. It comes from doing what's necessary. You're not tired. You're just undisciplined. You're not burned out. You're just unaligned. And you're not stuck. You're just not serious enough about the mission yet. Mission, not mood. That's the mindset shift. People who live by feelings will always be controlled by circumstance. But people who live by mission, they bend reality to their will. They build momentum when others break. They don't wait for the right mood, the perfect energy, or the perfect timing. They move anyway. They get up anyway. They train anyway. They build anyway. The clock is ticking, and life isn't pausing while you try to feel ready. You either decide now that you're done with your old habits, or you stay exactly where you are, watching others win with the discipline you refuse to develop. Let this sink in. Your feelings don't decide your future. Your habits do. So when your mind screams, "I'm tired," talk back. Say, "I'm tired, but I still go." When your body aches, "I'm sore, but I still train." When doubt creeps in, "I'm uncertain, but I still move." That's what makes winners. That's what makes legends. Every moment of hesitation is a moment lost. Every excuse is a thief stealing your potential. And every day you wait is another day you could have been better, stronger, faster, sharper, richer. But you chose comfort instead of war. So, choose war. Choose discomfort. Choose grind. Because that's what success demands. This is your final reminder. You are not too tired. You are not too late. You are not stuck. You are undisciplined, and discipline is a decision. One you can make right now. So make it. Move. Execute. Build. If this speech hit hard, make sure to like, comment discipline over comfort, and subscribe to The Power Path. Turn your grind into greatness, one decision at a time. Let's dominate.